What's up, everybody? I am back with you, and went to the thrift store and Goodwill today, and found a pretty neat another little score. Last video I did, there was a guy that came out had a bunch of wrestling magazines there, and I bought every one. And this time I went back there, and he actually had a couple more, so I picked these up at first, and another Pro Wrestling Illustrated from August of 1991. Some cool moments. You got Hulk Hogan against Sergeant Slaughter, Ultimate Warrior against a Macho Man, Rick Steiner. Forget that guy's name that he's bulldogging, and you got Ric Flair, and forgot his name as well. But yeah, that was a good year for wrestling right there, 1991. Oh yeah, full coverage of 1991's awesome spring season. So still cool. It's in the pack, and look at the back, the old infamous WCW wrestling cards. Yeah, give me some more reading material. And then I picked up this book, The Best of the Best. You got Ricky Steamboat. You got, Undertaker getting ready to tombstone the Ultimate Warrior. That's pretty cool. And Scott Steiner giving the Frankensteiner. I think that's Terry Taylor. And that's pretty cool. July 1992. Jushin Liger versus Brian Pillman, the match that could destroy WCW. And a full color fold out of Randy Macho Man Savage. Oh, yeah. All right. So I went there, picked those up. And he also had a couple of wrestling figures. I had these when I was a kid. And I thought they were pretty cool. He had the Hasbro of Jake the Snake Roberts. Of course, he doesn't have his snake, but I don't care about that. Got the Bam Punch, and got the snake boots on. Forget what year these came out. I guess it doesn't have the... Oh, here it is, right across the back. Get a good look at that. Wow, 1990 this came out. Still in real good shape. The arms move. Like I said, he still got his, his folding punch. And back when I was a kid, I loved these figures. They had the LJN figures, but they came out with these. That was the next lineup, and heck yeah. So I got that, and then I had this one as a... What's the name on that one? If it has anything on back of that one. 1990 Galoob figure of the Total Package, Lex Luger. You can see the WCW tried to come out with their own version of the LJN, just small ones, because it's how the LJN figures came out. Like I said, they were bigger and they're just stuck in one pose. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I picked those up. And then I went over to Goodwill, got a nice little stacked pile of movies here. Most of these I have not yet watched. I've not seen or really heard too much about them. But in some of these, a couple of them I do have, and I do really want to watch them. Like, I haven't watched them yet, but first up, I got Universal Soldier, The Return with Van Damme. Saw the first one a while back, and it's like, okay, I want to watch some more of these, and picked this up cheap. I think all these movies were marked to $2 a piece, and they're all in fantastic shape. I check every one, and and like I said, all these are like brand new. And this one I've never seen. It's got Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt, called Passengers. It says epic, thrilling, and entertaining. Looks pretty cool, and I'm always a big fan of Jennifer Lawrence, and it says I paid $3.99, but I think I got it marked down to $2. So this one is brand new, still wrapped in the package, called Violet. Never really heard of this movie, never seen anything about it, but it looks interesting. don't really know much of the cast. I mean, I know says it's a Justine Bateman film. I do know who she is. So I figure, for $2, I'll check it out. Another one I've been wanting to check out, I haven't seen this to this date, is The Hitman's Bodyguard. It's brand new, still sealed. Got Samuel L. Jackson and what's that guy's name? I forgot. Ryan Reynolds, yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name for a second there, but first brand new, I'll check that out. This is another one. I've never heard of it. I've never seen, trailers or nothing for it. Wind River. Danger comes with the territory. Looks pretty cool. Looks like they're in the desert or the mountains, and what's it? Like I said, $3.99. It was marked down to $2. I mean, it's brand new, still sealed, so that's pretty cool. I figured I'd take a shot at that. This is another one. Finest Kind. Never heard of this. Never heard much of anything about it, but I do like the cast in this movie. It's got Tommy Lee Jones, Ben Foster, Jenna Ortega, and somebody named Toby Wallace. I know who that is. Sounds good. It's got an interesting cast. I figured I'd check it out. I mean, it's, like I said, it's brand new, still sealed. Like this one. I like it because on the cover of this one, you see how they're in the background. It's like wintry mountain, fields and stuff. I always liked movies like that. It had the big, snow, and it's just like, it's always a winter movie. Always seems pretty cool. And you got Jason Momoa in it. It's called Braven. I can honestly say, this is another one I've not really ever heard much about. And when did it come out? That's weird. Oh yeah, 2018. So this movie's 7 years old. But for $2, I'll check it out. Another one here, Army Hammer. That's a weird name. Almost sounds like Arm and Hammer. It's called Mine. Stand Your Ground. Looks like a pretty cool war movie. Like I said, this is another one I haven't heard or seen before, but I'm in the mood to watch some movies I've never seen. Netflix right now is getting so stupid. They just don't play anything good on there. I canceled my deal out on that, and so you know what? Instead of spending $20 a month on Netflix, I'll buy about $20 worth of movies a month. And this is one here I've really been wanting to see. Nicolas Cage, his movies today, right now, are super crazy. Like, you got Mandy, you got Willy's Wonderland, Color from Outer Space, but I've seen the previews for this. It looks pretty cool. And it says brutal, elegant, and captivating. Pig. I said $3.99. I think I actually did pay $3.99 for this, only because I've really been wanting to see this. And looks like it's gonna be pretty cool, and this is definitely gonna be when I do watch one of these, this is gonna be the first one I watch. A couple more Bad Boys for Life. I've seen the first two. Haven't seen these other two they have out yet, but they have Bad Boys for Life. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that every single day. Pop it, pop, 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 pop. But yeah, Bad Boys for Life. Looks pretty cool. For $2, hell yeah. And this was I wanted to pick this movie back up. This is one of the movies I watched growing up, The Sandlot, and never seen this cover though. It looks like it's just a pretty basic copy of The Sandlot. It says, special features are a featurette, theoretical trailer and TV spots, but $1.99, you know? So yeah, like I said, I went out today, spent probably, I don't know, maybe between everything I bought here is probably about $30, and you know, I think that was actually a pretty good score. I don't know if y'all think, but you know, let me know, and thanks for watching, y'all. Later.